Some players are snipers, some players are playmakers, and some players are kinda like having a lucky pair of underwear in your lineup. You see, since the return of the fourth line king, not only are the Habs back to winning games again, but it looks like they're having a lot of fun in the process. And last night, they were looking to make it 3 wins in a row. They were squaring off against one of the worst teams in the NHL. I'm talking, of course, about the San Jose Sharks, who have lost 6 games in a row. But let me tell you something, it still ain't going to be easy. Not against Macklin Celebrini, and of course their best player of all, Colin Graf. But this game review is brought to you by Miraj Trading. And if you're on the hunt for a Lane Hudson Young Guns card, if you're on the hunt for a Macklin Celebrini Young Guns card, well, there's no better place to get your hobby boxes than right here at MirageTrading.com, and you can find their links in the description of today's video. But here we go. Habs, Sharks. The puck is dropped, and believe it or not, it's going to be the Sharks who strike first. They get a couple of early shots on Samuel Montembeault, and eventually, the Fresh Prince is going to make a clever little pass out in front of the Habs net that causes all kinds of problems. We got Montembeault, who's got no idea where it is. He's going the wrong way. Hudson doesn't do a good job boxing out Zetterlund, who gets a couple of whacks at it and scores his 16th goal of the season. We got a 1-goal game. But, fortunately for us, and fortunately for Habs fans, the Canadiens, they're going to answer right back. It's going to be Juraj Slafkovsky who forces a big turnover right at the Habs blue line. This brings Caufield and Suzuki on a 2-on-1 going the other way. They cash one in with a beauty pass, a beauty goal, and I know it's early, but we're even going to get some celebratory sniffles. You got to love it. Now, the Canadiens do appear to gain some momentum after that goal. At one point, I even felt like they were going to take the lead. However, it's going to be my arch nemesis, Colin Graf, who decides to piss in everybody's Cheerios once again in Montreal. What is it with this guy? Graf makes a nice play. Graf gets it out front, and it's going to be Nico Sturm who bangs one home to make it a 2-1 game for the Sharks. They got a lead again. But guess what? Right before the first period comes to an end, it's going to be Nick Suzuki once again. Captain Clutch. He's going to catch Georgiev doing the hokey pokey or something. Looks like he's got a mosquito in front of him. He takes a shot. It's his second goal of the game, and now it's all tied up at 2. Which brings us to the second period, where once again the Sharks are making a push and they're trying to take a lead. Zetterlund's going to get stopped by Montembeault. Ravioli is going to get stopped, but eventually, when Arbor Jacki fails to stop a Sharks clearing attempt at the blue line, it's going to be Will Smith who dances right in on a 2-on-1 and scores his 9th goal of the season. Looks like we got a 3-2 game. And not only was that a schlap for Samuel Montembeault, but it was also a schlap delivered to the cheeks of Arbor Jacki. You see, Smith got 2 of them. Jacki is about to be benched for the remainder of the game because he's got a very short leash compared to everybody else for some reason. But now, we're going to move on to the third period, which is brought to you by these beautiful third period t-shirts you can now purchase from the merch store. You see, the Canadiens need a goal. They're looking for a hero. And after a tremendous shift from Owen Bick, who takes a hit to make a play, Alex Newhook, who's not the only guy from Newfoundland in the building, he's going to pounce on a loose puck, and he's going to tie it all up a tree. Can you believe it? That's Owen Bick's first career NHL point, and it was a big one because now you can feel the Canadiens really starting to make a push. They're going for a win. They even get a couple of power plays, but for some reason, they just can't close this one out in regulation. You know what that means? This game is going into overtime. And with just under 2 minutes remaining, watch this goal from our little bundle of joy. My God, hit the music. He's going to go between the legs. He dekes the shit out of poor Macklin Celebrini, who's just a kid, man. He's a kid. He's not even old enough to drink, and Cole's doing him dirty like this. Caufield goes upstairs, tosses the stick over the boards. Man, it's got to be one of the prettiest overtime goals that I've seen in a very long time. Raise the banner. Raise the banner. They did it. Colin Graf and the 2024-2025 San Jose Sharks have been defeated. Top yours, Graf. You're a bit of a supervillain. You thought you could really rip this one away from us, but guess what? Not even you could take this one away from us. But that's going to do it for this game review. You guys can let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments section. Please don't forget to hit that like button right in the numbers before you leave here. And hey, I'll see you next time.